Hello, it's me, and today I will be doing a review on the NECA Striker Eureka from Pacific Rim. And just before I start the video, the reason I haven't uploaded for 2 weeks is because I've been on holiday. I got back on the weekend and didn't have enough time to record a review and stop motions and stuff. And I didn't have enough time this weekend to do a stop motion, so that's why I'm uploading this on Wednesday instead of Tuesday. And also, big thanks for 3,630 something subscribers. I know I'm quite late for this, but thank you so much. I'm amazed at how many subscribers I've gained just over the last couple of months. It's incredible. But with that said, on with the review. So, first for the box. It's the same NECA, old NECA box. Can someone tell me if there's another way to opening these? Because usually I just get a scalpel and cut them open, then take this out. In the comments, can someone tell me if that is the only way to get it out or not? I still don't know. But it's got Cityscape in the background, Pacific Rim on the top. On the back, it's got another picture of Striker Eureka. Something very strange. So with this guy, you can see it's got all that sort of light, sort of creamy-ish colour. Why is this one silver and that one is a creamy colour? It's really, really strange. And why does he have open hands? Because this guy does not have open hands. I was very confused by this on the back. But it's also got some other Jaegers you can buy with Gypsy Danger, Crimson Typhoon, Striker Eureka again, Cherno Alpha, Battle Damage Gypsy Danger, and Coyote Tango. And finally, some legal stuff on the bottom that no one cares about. So, on with Striker Eureka. So, this is probably the best NECA Pacific Rim figure, just in terms of articulation. The detail's okay, could have been better. But the paint's okay, except for the reason that it's silver and not that colour is very strange. But it's got some really nice gold on the cockpit on the top. Really nice, no spills over the top, no bits missing. Really nice. It's got the 201, it's been scratched off over the years, but I guess these are the cooling systems. They got a tiny bit of red paint in there. The waist is black with, I believe, a silver dry brushing, which looks really nice. Quite simple, but I would have liked to see more detail. Also, something that I quite like, you probably can't really see it, but they've got some really nice details under the neck of cogs and wires and stuff, which looks really cool. And it's got some silver on the knuckles, which is nice. It's got his big shields, which these fold back into, but it doesn't really look that nice. Honestly, an animating tip for this guy is what I do is I'd animate these going backwards, and once they get to here, I'd take them off, because then it sort of looks like they've gone inside. But you can see underneath, got some nice detail, some screws, sort of. Pretty blooming big screws if you think about 2 people fitting there. That's a pretty blooming big screw. But it's got his big sort of angel wings on the back, which are to help him balance. Although it doesn't actually help the figure balance at all, unfortunately. But it's also got some boosters on the back. Again, the same black with metal dry brushing. But I do quite like the designs of these. And if you get the ultimate version of this, which unfortunately I couldn't get because it's about £120, it comes with it comes with the nuclear bomb that goes on the back and his cannons here, which I would have liked, like, if they made it so you could take these off in case you had both of them. I don't know why, but it would be quite nice if they did that. It's got another one of those big shields on the side. The blades have just got a plain yellow strip again. They should be that weird cream colour. But it's got some very simple detailing on the legs. Some nice little joints and pistons all over him. But also, so the reason he has like these like metal on his knuckles is they're meant to sort of work like sort of knuckle dusters, if you know what they are. So it increases like the force of his punch. So when you see him fighting Mutavor, that's how he gets the really good punches. I can't remember the name of these, but these can heat up to over 300 degrees Fahrenheit. So they can cut and burn kaiju. They've got the 18 anti-kaiju missiles in his chest. But also, on the very bottom of his feet, it's got the little pegs for if you have any of the NECA stands, that'll help him stand up very nicely. I haven't got any of them because I don't really use them much. I don't really need stands. Usually I just have them on a shelf, like in a certain pose. But when I'm doing stop motions, I sort of like, if I have them walking, I haven't done like a good stop motion with any of these, but I sort of like put the legs in the vice for him standing up properly. But he's got the paint, as I said, very simple, not amazing. I am a bit annoyed that like Tamashii Nations or something hasn't made Pacific Rim figures. That would be amazing. And if Monster Arts made the kaiju, I would absolutely love that, because I missed out on basically all the NECA kaiju. The one that I mainly wanted to get was Otachi. But yeah, so on to the articulation, I guess. So the head is on a ball joint, can't move that much, you'll need to heat it up, but it can move sideways, like left and right a little bit. Can't look up and down very much at all. The shoulders are a swivel hinge there and a swivel hinge there, so you can get them to T-pose, this is the only NECA Jaeger that can T-pose, but this means you can get a proper nice punch. And also, if you do this, careful, because when I did this, it did look very, so you can have him do a proper, so you can have him going like that, if you put him in this position, which is quite cool. Then for the waist, it's just a plain swivel, so you can go all the way around very nicely. The hips are a swivel hinge, so they can go forwards about that far, backwards about that far. They can go inwards and outwards very nicely. Knees are just a plain hinge, so they can go back and forwards. The ankles are on ball joints, so they can go all the way around, and they've got a slight up and down movement and side to side. And the blades are just on little pegs, so they can move up there and all the way around like that. So you can get in sort of like, that looks very strange, but you can do that if you wanted to, like if he acts sort of like punch something and these broke or something, that'd be quite nice. But yeah, like if you like the NECA Pacific Rim, I definitely recommend getting this guy. He's definitely got the best articulation out of all of them. Also, I have ordered 2 other mechas. One is the Playmates Mecha Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong, which I'm going to customize. And the other one is another big robot, not from Pacific Rim, not from Godzilla, not a Transformer. It's something completely different. So I won't tell you what it is. I'll see if you can figure it out in the comments. But now that I've done this articulation, on with the size comparison. So I've only got my NECA Pacific Rim, because that's really, like, you might want to do a Godzilla, but I haven't really bought any of them. I think it just suits better having Jaegers. So here he is next to the Hong Kong Brawl Gypsy Danger. So you can see he's on the shorter side of Pacific Rim Jaegers, but he's still very nice. He has still got the best detail. Like, you can see all the little intricate lines and stuff. He's just a plain flat, but in the film he does actually have lots of like these little details. Here he is next to the NECA Crimson Typhoon, probably, in my opinion, the worst NECA Jaeger, just because it can't stand up and the joints fall out. But Crimson Typhoon's probably the tallest Jaeger. Here he is next to the NECA Pacific Rim Kaiju Knife Head. So that's quite a nice scale. So you can do him versus Knife Head, because he has definitely got the best punch. You can do some good hits on Knife Head. I don't really know how you do the claw, like the blade stabbing into something, but you could sort of try, because I haven't seen anyone do that as stop motion. I'm probably not. I only get the NECA Pacific Rim ones because I like the look of them, unlike the Godzillas, where I do stop motions with them as well. Here he is with my slightly custom painted bootleg Robot Spirits, which someone in the comments of my video on him told me it was a bootleg. So he's definitely the shortest and probably one of my least favourite Jaegers from a pretty rubbish film, if I'm honest. It's nowhere near as good as Pacific Rim. And finally, here he is next to the Diamond Select Hakuja from Pacific Rim Uprising, who, if I'm honest, I do really like the design of Hakuja. I know it said it's a bad film, but I do like the designs of some of the kaiju in it. But he scales quite nicely. I think these two would be a pretty good... I'd quite like to see a battle between these two. I still probably won't do a stop motion just because he's a pain to animate and he's a bit annoying to stand up, as you can see. But that just about does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed, and see in the comments if you can figure out what the robot that I've ordered is. And I'll see you in the next one.